I'm back. First of all, my name is Michelle, and this is a Flosstube called Making It with Michelle. It's been a very long time. As my students say, life be lifin'. And I submitted my grades yesterday, and so now I'm sort of done for the semester. But anyways, you don't care about that. So, glad to be back. This is going to be super Christmas and a little bit of autumn since it's been forever and a day since I've filmed. But I have a lot to share. There's a lot happening over here on the table. Have some a lot of fully finishes, some stitched finishes, and then a bazillion whips. So, I hope you have something to drink. And this was as fancy as I was getting today, and it's a whopping 60 degrees outside here in Texas. It's been strange weather, but anyways, I also have some giveaways. Whoa, I know, stay tuned. Okay, so first let's talk about my old Christmas finishes. I have a few winter ones in here too, but you know, whatever. So my first one, I think I showed this before, but you know, YOLO. So this is from Jingle Ball 2023. It is the something tree by Love from Liz Matthews. I'll put the name underneath it. I stitched this. This was actually my first 36 count project. And I stitched it on Bloop Bloop by Atomic Ranch. And there's many a mistake, but I love it, and I had a good time taking the class last year. I'm pretty sure I watched it the last day possible, and that's when I finished it. So I love it, and I'm so glad to have it in my display this year. I'll try to keep it where you can see it in the video. Okay, some other ones. This is a piece of the It's a Wonderful Life pin cushion. I had started, what's that round thing called? I don't know. It'll come to me. But I had started it on 32 count because that's when I'd started linen, and this is pretty much all I had stitched, and I knew I wasn't going to finish it on 32 because it was going to be ginormous. And so I think I had to do some more of the snowflakes, and I had to finish the tree or something, but then I just made into this cute little pillow. And I think it's really cute. So, It's a Wonderful Life drum. That's what it's called. I know. I'm really good at this. So, I think I stitched it on 32 count aged paper by Color and Cotton. And I just picked my own colors. But I think it looks pretty good. So anyways, one of my favorite Christmas movies is It's a Wonderful Life. And so I'm happy to just have that cute little pillow. All right. Next is the 2023 Wee Santa by Heart and Hand. And this is pretty much exactly what it looks like, except I didn't put the beads because I didn't know how to put the beads and didn't care enough to learn how to do the beads. And I finished it on this little paddle with some navy blue pom-pom trim, and that was a fun project I did last year. So I'm pretty sure I stitched with all the called for except for like one floss. And I stitched on 32 count something. But anyways, it's really cute. I love it. I think he looks like a little elf with his weird hair off to the sides. And I love a non-traditional moment, so that's why I liked stitching him. So that was fun. Okay, next I have Christmas Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I also stitched this on a 32 count. I think this is 32 count Sugar Cookie by Color and Cotton, and I stitched it. The pattern is in red, and my least favorite color in the entire world is red, and so I stitched with green. And it was a Color and Cotton floss. If you really care to know, just ask in the comments and I'll let you know. Then I finished it with this little pom-pom trim. I did actually finish the back in a fairly reasonable way. And so there's that if you care. So, Christmas Quaker. Love it. By Primrose Cottage Stitches. I have pretty much stitched every single Quaker that they have come out with except the new Cocoa Quaker, which is high on my priority list. Okay. Next is arranging ornaments by ink circles. I got this last year at the Jingle Ball. I didn't finish stitching it until the Hathaway Stitchers were talking about it, and I was like, come on, Michelle. If you finish stitching this, you can send this to them, which I did. And I stitched this on a 40 count linen I also got at the Jingle Ball last year. I think it's by Mason Linen. It's like coffee with the one cream or something. I just put it on there because I was like, ooh, I got this at the Jingle Ball and I got this pattern at the Jingle Ball. Would I have done that to begin with? Maybe not now, but I love it. I'm so glad that I stitched this, and I had debated leaving off the words Merry Christmas, but I don't know, I just liked them. I used all the called for, and this is my back that I have yet to actually complete. And this Rick Rack trim is something by Lady Dot, but I love it. I'm so glad I get to display it now. So, yay. All right. Next is Joy and Good Cheer by Brenda Gervais. I stitched this last year. I love it. I finally finished into a giant pillow this summer. And I stitched it on 32 count. I'm pretty sure it's aged paper by Color and Cotton. And I finished it with this super cute Lady Dot trim. I used all the called for. I'm 95% confident about that. And then I put these cute little snow people and music on the back. Oh, I love it. So, anyways, this could take somebody out. It's very hefty. There's some poly pellets in there. I love it. I'm so glad I get to display it now. So, and anything I stitch in 32, I've been doing 2/2. So, in case you care about that, there's only one project I did 1/2 on 32, and that's because it was my first linen project, and I had no idea what I was doing. So, I just, YOLO. It still looks great, and I love it. Okay, some other finishes I have is Winter Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I also stitched this. I did stitch this with the, I think I did it with the called for. Yeah, with the called for Color and Cotton Floss Battleship, I think it was called. I have no idea what linen I stitched this on. I know it was a 32 count. Here's the back. I did some sort of finishing on the back. So yeah, isn't that cute? I had a really good time stitching. I loved stitching all these Quakers last year. Next is my only hoop finish. Isn't that cute? It's called Jolly Squirrel by Pigeon Coop Designs. My mom, this is part of how I got back into cross stitch too, was I had just done all these ornaments for some friends of mine, and somehow, of course, Facebook or Instagram got it on their, they heard us talk about it, and so my mom and I saw these and really loved them in the ads, and so she did the cardinal, and of course I did the squirrel, and I'm obsessed with this. I love it so much, and it's just with the kit. It's on 14 count 8. It was super fun, and yeah, it's really great. Pigeon Coop Designs. If you have never gone to their website, go. You will want to buy everything. It's amazing and incredible, and I love it. Another finish I have, it's not mine that I made, but my friend Stephanie from our stitching group at Boxcar, and she was at the retreat last year. She made these for every single person at the sit and stitch at Boxcar last week. Yes, last week, and this is mine. She did an amazing job. I'm obsessed with it, and I'm just putting it out in my little random display that's not really a display, and it's so cute. Thanks, Stephanie. Okay, now some other finishes that I forgot to get off the Christmas tree. So sorry. We finally got out the Christmas tree yesterday. It is December 15th. Finally got the Christmas tree out yesterday, and finally got it decorated, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should make a floss tube, but whatever. So, my pride and joy, these are probably my favorite finishes besides this one right here, which will forever hang here and forever be presented in all future floss tubes. is last year I had done, I have no idea what they're called, but they're the 3 Brenna Gervais ornaments that came out last year. And I stitched them all. This was my first, I believe, 40 count project. So, and they came out incredible and I love them so much. So, here's the first one, Santa riding on a freaking reindeer in a sweater, so cute. I did finish these all myself, so I'm also very proud of that as well. Next are the 2 reindeer with the little peppermints in front of them. Sorry if they're crooked, or if I'm holding this crooked. I am obsessed with them. I think they're so cute. I'm pretty sure I used all the called for, so I don't know what's going on with that. This one is my favorite. I'm pretty sure I stitched this one first. So, and I did French knots where they're supposed to be French knots. These are all stitched on 40 count Tinsmith by Color and Cotton. And this one is 100% my favorite. I love it. I love the blue house. I love them all. And if you want to stitch these, but somebody just gave you the pattern and you don't have these ornaments, you can get these little ornaments at Hobby Lobby. And so every time I go to Hobby Lobby at Christmas, I just buy a package because I've used them for other ornaments for gifts. So, Brenna Gervais, 40 count Tinsmith by Color and Cotton. And then just a last little, I found this in my kits or something. I have no idea where this came from. I'm pretty sure my mom got it actually. And it's this little tiny reindeer ornament and he's skiing and it's hilarious. And I love it. I finally finished it this year sometime. I don't know. But it came with this whole little kit and I love this little moose and I think he's hilarious. So there's that. I have a whole bunch of other handmade ornaments, which I might show one day. Okay, so those are all my fully finished items that I've ever done in cross stitch for Christmas and / winter. So I have some other items that I have just finished the stitching part, and so I'm going to show that here. So next up is I stitched this last year. This is Pigeon Coop Designs. It's just partridge in a pear tree. He did a trio of the first three days of Christmas. And I have the stuff for the other 2. This is just all in the kit. I forget what this fabric is called, but anyways, I did that last year and it's super fun. I'm thinking about doing the next one this year, but who knows? As you'll soon see, all of the things I've gotten myself into. Okay, another finish I have is the Wee Santa 2024. And I stitched this on 40 count something. I could actually figure that out. I stitched this in July before I was doing Flosstube, and I really never thought that I would get into Christmas in July stuff. As a quilter, I've never wanted to do Christmas in July, and this year I did. Okay, maybe I started it in June or August. Oh, 40 count winter brew. Somehow I got a hold of a piece of that. And I used most of the called for colors, but some colors I didn't have and I really wanted to stitch it, so I love him. I'm not a big Santa person, but these little wee Santas I think are just really cute. Okay, next. These are the winter salt boxes by Plum Street Samplers. I stitched these last year. This is on a 36 count mystery linen. I got it at a D stash and I used all the called for colors, I'm pretty sure. Except, I don't know if that house was supposed to be purple. Maybe I put that in there. In fact, I think I did because I think the pattern was like a cream color and I was nervous about that showing up, and so I just changed it to purple because that's who I am. So 36 count mystery linen winter salt boxes. And I do want to stitch all the other ones, but I just haven't gotten there. Okay. I just laugh at this one. Okay, ignore all of the random strings coming off of it. All right, this I got last year. This is Go Tell It on the Mountain by Heartstring Samplery. I stitched this on 36 count broom grass by Needle Bling, I think. And I did all the called for except the house was supposed to be arrowhead and it was not gonna show up. So I don't even know what I think all of the white was supposed to be arrowhead as well. And so I did the house in arrowhead and the white, I'm pretty sure I just did in grits because I was nervous about it showing up. Sorry. And if you know what the pattern looks like, you'll be like, Michelle, what about the bottom part of the Go Tell It on the Mountain situation? You're correct. It is not there. Because once I did all of this, boop, I was over it. And I was talking to my mom and she was like, Michelle, just live your life and you don't have to stitch those words on the bottom. I said, and check mark. And part of it was this linen for me was really hard to stitch on. Because when I would stitch on it and my light would be shining on it, it would be like reflecting, which is weird. I don't know. So maybe now I could go back and put it in, but do I look like I'm going to go back and put it in? No. So I'm calling that a finish. And I love it. I did really love stitching that whole pattern. It was really great. Okay. Then my last finish I'm going to show you is, this is a Pop of Winter by Bent Creek. And I stitched this, I don't know, last year sometime, year before, I don't know. And it's on that 20 count linen-y stuff, and I stitched with the pearl cotton. And I do want to go back and stitch all the other ones. I just like have not gotten there. But this was really fun to do, and I love it. And I just like touching it. So, those are all of my finishes. So, you made it this far. I guess we'll do some giveaways. Okay. First thing that I'm going to show you is, well, okay. All right, this is too fragile. Is in fall, last month, I got to go to the attic retreat, Autumn Abundance, and it was great. And I sat with the most lovely people and met some really great people. And so anyway, so at StitchCon, me and Mom just kind of showed up. And we didn't know about the whole table gift situation. I mean, we did, but I don't know. I could not get my life together. And so I got my life together for this one. And so I made little project bags. Well, there was only 2 other ladies that sat at my table. So I have some extras and I gave some other ones away. But so first giveaway, first rules. I've never done a giveaway before. So if I screwed up, I'm so sorry. Number 1, you have to be 18 years or older. Because you have to be an adult because I have to get your address. Please don't use the word giveaway or win, I guess. I don't know. Any of those words that get the bots on my comments. So here I have 3 bags to give away. So here's one. And they're just kind of small. And then this is kind of the other version. So I have 2 of this one and 1 of the other one to give away. So if you would like to win one of my 3 little bags that I made, I guess I could show the lining. I don't remember what the lining is just a thrilling blue grunge. The lining, yeah. But anyways, your word, so leave me a comment and just tell me what you're stitching on. If you have stitched one of the things that I have stitched, if there's a Christmas pattern I absolutely have to get and stitch, leave that in the comment. But your word, so leave me a comment and use the word autumn if you want to win one of my little bags. And there'll be 3 winners for that. So, good for you. So the word is autumn. A-U-T-U-M-N. I spelled it right. Okay. Second is a brief story. One day over the summer, I was it must have been after I started Flosstube. I had gone to Hillside Rookery and I had ordered some patterns. And I had ordered these 3 carriage house patterns, Christmas Joy Ride, Bringing on Christmas. I'm pretty sure this is all that I ordered, but I had been staring at them for a long time. And this is Christmas time. And I love them. and I want to stitch them all, and I want them all to be in my wall right next to each other, and so I am obsessed. So I got these in the mail. Of course, Olivia wrote the nicest little note. Then I noticed I had 2 of a pattern. So our next giveaway is the extra pattern that accidentally got sent to my house, which is Christmas time. So if you would like to, and I put Olivia's card in here, so that way you can go visit her shop, and she is part of the reason, shout out to Olivia, she's part of the reason why I am floss tubing today, because she left me a note on a recent order and she said, I need another video. And I said, yes, ma'am. So, just kidding. But she did say that. It was really nice. So, if you would like to win this pattern and go visit Olivia's shop, the word for you to use in a comment is Rookery. Rookery. R-O-O-K-E-R-Y. Rookery. Because Olivia unknowingly sponsored that. Not really. She didn't sponsor it. But she sent that extra pattern and told me I could keep it. Okay. And please be a subscriber, I guess. I don't know. Just leave a comment. It's cool. Okay, and the last one is another quick story. Last year, Winter Moon was all the rage, and I had recently discovered that I could shop on countrysampler.com. And I really want to go to that shop one day, but anyways. So I put it on my Christmas list, and I send my Christmas list to my mother and my sister and my husband. Well, my husband had gotten me the Winter Moon kit. Then we go to my parents' house, and they also had got me the Winter Moon kit. So anyway, so I have an extra pattern. I just kept all the extra floss and everything, and I've used a lot of it. But I do have an extra pattern of Winter Moon. As long as you don't care about this little sticker on there, I'm going to give it away. And so the word for you to use if you would like to win this pattern is moon. So, yay you. Because it needs to leave my house. Okay, so those are our giveaways. Okay. Let me put that on there. All right, and now we're here for the whips. And these are in somewhat of a chronological order because I was going through my little book and I got with it, I guess. Oh, I do have some thank yous, actually, before we get to the whips. Some people have mentioned me in their videos, and I can't remember if I have thanked these people or not. So the first one is Phoebe of Moonshine Stitchery, and I'll link down to her in the drop down box, and I'm gonna link to Olivia and Country Sampler and whoever else I feel like linking. So thank you, Phoebe. That was really nice. She left a really lovely, said some nice things about my videos. And of course, Kim, the Contented Needleworker. I'm pretty sure I've thanked her before, but what the hey, I'll thank her again. Brook, Stitched by the Brook, of course, is a wonderful friend of mine. Go watch her videos. She is the most lovely person. And of course, my girl Lisa, Coffee and Grits. She mentioned me in some videos. She's the best. Go watch her videos. Lisa, my other friend Lisa, I never have been close to Lisa's, but now I love 2 of them. Lisa of L Snaps and Stitches. Her last Flosstube was amazing. Katie of So Tattered, of course, is also the nicest human in the world, and she tagged me in a video. And a long time ago, before I had Flosstube, the whole arranging ornament situation, the Hathaway Stitchers had mentioned me in some videos, and thank you for that mention. Very kind. And of course, Olivia, my new friend. I'm saying that, so there you go, Olivia, of Hillside Rookery. And she has unboxing videos because of her shop, and I love them. So, anyway, so those are my thank yous. Okay, whip time. Okay, so 100 years ago, back in October, I was knee-deep in autumn stitching, and Needle in the Hay EXO was doing a stitch-along for Jessica Jed X Stitches, and I had one of her patterns. I had gotten all the floss. I had finally gotten the perfect fabric, but I'd never started it. So of course this was my excuse to start it. So, and I think I had talked about that in my last video. So this is Strawberry Mountain by Jed X Stitch, and I'm stitching this on a 40 count Cinnamon by Bee Stitch Me. And I think it's the perfect fabric. I love it so much. The colors are amazing. I'm not quite halfway because I have to start the like mountain part, but I feel like I got pretty good progress for the few days that I stitched on it. So there you have it. I love that like fuchsia magenta color. It's perfection. Okay, so that was a whip. This is a finish. Actually, all of my stitching is just like intertwined with some finishes and stitches and whips and starts and blah, blah, blah. So this is Orchard Raven by, I'm so sorry, by Pigeon Coop Designs. I stitched this on a 40 count stream by Picture This Plus, question mark. And I used all the called for colors. The only thing that I changed slightly was the pattern was stitched on like a white fabric. And so there's like a little highlight, I guess is the word. And there weren't any stitches there, but I put in some white stitches kind of on the apple and on the little bird's eyeball. So that way they would show up. So anyways, I love this. And it's teeny tiny. Oops, there's a thread. Hard to believe. So that was a finish. Yay me. Alright, next, the other thing that I was stitching on, this is I think the last autumn one, was Penny Autumn. And I had just started it, I believe. And I'm not done. I originally was going to have it be kind of a buddy piece with this one. And I'm stitching on the same fabric. But if I don't stitch that penny border... Oh, I have the bags. Why am I not putting these away? If I don't stitch the border, then like it won't be that big, and I don't know if I should frame it. Here's the pattern, because I got my life together now. Here's the pattern, Penny Autumn. And originally, I really didn't want to stitch that border, but without it, it's not giant. And it's on 40 count, so now it's extra small. Anyways. But this is on 40 count Thornfield by Needle and Flax. And I'm using, I think, all the called for colors. And I finished the house. That was my big to-do. I finished it. I love it. So it's pretty small. So I don't know if I'm going to add a different border or just live my life. Make it a pillow. But I really wanted it to hang with this. I don't know. So that's what's happening with that. Penny Autumn. Plum Street Samplers. Needle and Flax. Call for colors. I know. One day I'm going to get my life together. Okay. Next is, I think, my only other finish. This I had started for Jingle Ball 2024. And finally got it done. I'm going to do the finishing. And this was the main class I wanted to watch. I probably could figure out the other two classes that I signed up for, which was the Needle Book by Stacey Nash and the Tart Pan finishing class. The main reason I signed up for the Tart Pan class was I just wanted to see how she did it compared to another class that I had taken, and she did some different things, and of course love the pattern. But anyways, so this is Woodland Winter Star by Hello from Liz Matthews. I got the kit, but it didn't come with fabric, so this is stitched with MPI. And then this is Cuppa Mocha by Miss Crescent Crown 40 count. So, I love it. I think it came out really nice. And I love this fabric so much, I hunted down more, and it's coming to my home. Okay. You're gonna laugh. Okay, my next one, I was starting because I was like, oh, I'm gonna take this to the attic and live my life. And this is called Autumn's Bouquet by With Thy Needle and Thread. Oh, sorry. There we go. And I have all the called for. There was one gray that my LNS didn't have, and so I just subbed Barn Gray by Gentle Arts. And yeah, so I started this because I was like, I could bring this to the attic and work on it. Didn't work on a darn thing that I brought, but it's fine. So here's my measly little start. This is 40 count Hot Cocoa by Be Stitch Me, and this is one of my absolute favorite fabrics. So if you need a good neutral, I recommend this one. So I just did most of the basket. Of course, got to get in some of those little acorns, you know. But I'll finish this for sure next year. And make it into that cute little pillow. So that is my last fall piece. Fall-ish piece. Okay, next. I went to the attic and I spent a bazillion dollars. Thank you so much, husband. Oh, shout out to my husband. And for helping me, of course, with all my setup. He's the best and very thankful for him. Okay, so went to the attic, spent some money. One of the things that I had looked at the attic forever, because they had come out with their little sampler September specials, and there was one that I had stared at forever because I'd stared at that pattern forever. And this is Anne Hughes. (1852). And I loved it when Sarah W., Handmade by Sarah W., had started it for her birthday. Everyone else in the world was starting it for theirs, but for some reason I just couldn't pull the trigger. Well, then the attic came out with their silk conversion. I stared at that for a long time. So then when you go to the attic and you see it on the shelf and still calling your name, you go and buy it. So this is stitched on 46 count. I think we're into November now. Rustic, so this is a 46 count rustic charm by Seraphim, and I'm using the 103 silk conversion pack by the attic. And I stitched this in one day at pretty much 1.5 days at the attic. The color is like looking really orange on the video, but I just stitched this crazy looking bird. It makes me laugh every time I think about it. And I got some other stuff in, and then I was over it. Well, then I had to go home. That was the sad part. So there's my bird. I had a really good time stitching it. I hope you can see that okay. But Anne Hughes. Oh, let's talk about my bag that it's in. I want a giveaway. Number one, I hardly ever enter giveaways. Unless it's for usually a project bag. And even then sometimes I'm like, Michelle, you can make your own. Well, Handmade by Sarah W., number one, seems to be the most kindest human in the entire world. And she had a giveaway for this bag. And it had squirrels on the fabric. And so I was like, boop, yes ma'am. And I won it. I couldn't believe it. So here's the bag that I won from Handmade by Sarah W. And it's very lovely. And I love the squirrel fabric. And the little zipper charm is amazing and super cute. And I also want a needle book that was Halloween, and I'm not a big Halloween person, so I gave that to my friend Lisa. So there's my bag. Thanks. Handmade by Sarah W. Sarah, and whoever made this bag, you did a really great job. Okay, next from the attic. Okay, so at the attic, you're shopping and you spot things and you're like, you know what, I wasn't planning on buying that today, and then you just buy it. So I had been also staring at this pattern on Evertote for 100 years, and this is Modern Folk Embroidery Put a Bird on It. And my new friend Stitch and Gem, shout out Stitch and Gem, I better write that down, then I'm gonna, hold please. See, I have my little notes, but they're kind of janky, and Stitch and Gem. And Handmade by Sarah W. Handmade by Sarah W. So look at this pattern. Okay. Anyways, so Stitch and Gem had just talked about this pattern. I was like, I have that pattern. I have started this. So anyways, apparently it's going to be a Sal. So look out for that. I'm obsessed with modern folk embroidery. Jacob is a freaking genius. And I love this pattern. So you look at this pattern, and it's in like 5 colors, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 colors. But then the pattern booklet is all just in 1 color. Well, I love the 5 colors. Again, stared at Roxy Floss Co. little fabric, or floss. And I love blue. Navy blue is one of my favorite colors. But I don't know, I just couldn't pull the trigger. So I did my own silk conversion at the attic, because that's who I was that weekend. So I'll show the colors of the floss in a second. So I pretty much stayed fairly true, except where the blues were, I did purples. And then the like burnt orange color, I did gold. So this is where I'm at. Oh my God, I love it so much. So definitely want to finish this next year. And I, did some letters. So I'm stitching this on 40 count green tea by Color and Cotton. And I didn't start this at the attic. I basically came home and started it because I didn't have the right fabric. I bought some fabric at the attic, but I just couldn't get it. I just didn't like it with that. Okay. So here's my silk I'm using. Elegant Eggplant. That's the dark purple. Pecan Pie. Shout out to my new friend Natalie who helped me with my colors. Noir. Tortoise Shell. It's lovely green. I don't know. I'll hold the colors up in a second. And Empress. I haven't used this color yet, but it's just a lighter purple. And this is on my mini McBeans because, again, what do you not get at the attic when you're there? So these are my colors. This is my fabric. I don't know if you can see that at all. This is not my forte, people, but hopefully you get the gist of the colors on my fabric, and I love them. I love them. I love them. Okay. And I also have new bags that I made. Let me zip it up so you can get the full effect here. So this is my new bag that I made. This is, the fabric line is by Ruby Star Society. It's called Teddy and the Bears. And of course it's amazingly cute. Look at that zipper, it's magenta. Double-sided, and then there's the lining of these little lightning bolts. So that's where my Put a Burn on It lives. Has nothing to do with any of it, but I just wanted to make the bag. And I made the bag and needed something to put in it. So I think I have a pretty good start on that. And the silk just like glides. I feel like I have gotten faster in my stitching, and part of that is because I'm using the new-ish, I guess, Lori Holt needles by Lori Holt. 28 count Lori Holt needles. I think they're amazing. They're very thin, but I can still thread them pretty easily, and they're a little tiny bit shorter than the John James that I was using before, and I just amazing. Okay, next is, I plan on starting this anyways, but then Kim and about 40 million other people were like, I'm starting this. And I was like, oh, well, Kim, wait for me. And it's Christmas Swan by Brenda Gervais. I have stitched the Summer Swan and the Autumn Swan. So, of course, I had to stitch Christmas. So, I haven't gotten that much done because then I got distracted, and you'll see why. But I got some candy canes in, how cute is that, and the little peppermints, and some little snowflakey things. I don't know if you can see the snowflakes very well. But this is on 40 count cockle shell by Tabby Cat. This was a purchase from the attic as well. So, just got that little guy. And I think it's cute. And I'll finish it probably this year. I just, like I said, been distracted. This is in this cute little zippy bag I got from StitchCon, from my little swap partner. Okay. Next is, you're perusing Instagram. And when Olivia B. of Hillside Rookery says, oh, silk pack's in my shop, and this amazing pattern is in my shop, and it's 20% off. Oh boy, you cannot imagine how quick I went over to Etsy and added to cart and ignored all other things. And that is Quaker stocking, my friends. How could you not want to stitch this? How could you not? I'm obsessed. Now, first I was going to do the stocking because I'll tell my stocking story another day because I have a stocking story. And so then I was looking at the other ones by Kathy Barrick, and I showed my husband them, and he didn't really have one that he liked, and why would I go to stitch all of this if I'm not going to have a matching one for him? And so I'm just going to stitch the long skinny one. So, and this is literally all I have ever been wanting to stitch on. So this is Quaker stocking. I am using the silk pack, again 20% off people at the time. And this is on 40 count Miss Crescent Crown cream puff. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I am going to my parents for a few days, and this was like the only thing I want to bring in and work on. But you'll see why I won't. I will bring this with, obviously, but there's other things I'll be working on. So anyways, I'm obsessed. I persevered through those letters very quick. Hashtag mature. Thank you, Lisa. And then I found out Friday, that I kind of had messed up this part. This little Quaker motif, there's supposed to be some white stitches. Poof. Who wants to read a chart when you can assume that you are doing what you're supposed to do? So, I love it. I think it looks amazing. This is the full length. And I'm pretty sure it's going to go almost all the way down. So not even halfway. I would say, I have some stuff to fill in here, obviously. But in terms of the distance I've gone, I'm over a third, I feel. I don't know. Who cares? But anyways, this is probably a little bit truer to color. Cream puff. Again, also love this fabric, and also more is going to be in my possession. Okay, and here's this bag. Nothing to do with Christmas. Obviously, I need to make more Christmas bags or finish more Christmas whips. This is Lagana Sunrise by Sherry and Chelsea. I love it, love it, love it. Obviously purple, because I'm a purple person. Okay. Then, last year, newish to stitching, didn't know anything about anything, and Christmas comes, and people are doing this Advent, and I'm obsessed with it, and I can't believe I can't order it, because, you order it in February, so this year, jumped right on it. So, I've been stitching the Modern Folk Embroidery Roxy Floss Co. Advent for 2024. So if you have not caught up on day 14, then you're in for a fun surprise, or just move ahead. So I'm stitching on 36 count. Again, at the time, I was not doing 40 count a whole lot, and I was nervous and blah, blah, blah. So I'm obsessed with this. I think it's beautiful and amazing. And of course, yes, I have messed up. If you look at the skirt of the little ladies up at the top, or people, because, it could be guys, who cares? And, so mine will just be, a Michelle. It's 36 count. It's called Glacier. It is the most iciest, perfect blue color you've ever seen. And I'm using, of course, all of the Roxy floss. And one day those little people are going to get heads. So there's that. So this I'm going to bring to my mom and dad's house and work on that, of course. So that'll be fun. And of course, I love it when I look back on the previous day and I'm like, oh, those stitches weren't there yesterday. Then I go back and look at the previous day, and yes, they were. I just, have to use my eyeballs sometimes. Okay, next is, I know you'll all be very surprised to know that I started this, but I, of course, started a Peace and Goodwill by Brenda Gervais, because I need it 100% to go with the fall piece. Boop. Maybe winter will go right here. Whatever. So I started this. I didn't start it immediately when the chart came out, because I had pre-ordered the kit from Farm Girl Dry Goods with the 40 count Tobias by Seraphim. I like buying kits, but I also the main reason that I sometimes buy kits is because there's a fabric in there that I've never stitched on, and I'm here to try new fabrics and new things. So I don't have a ton done, because if you've seen, I've been distracted, but I met up with Lisa, Coffee and Grits, at a coffee shop the other day, and my friend Daisy from work came, and I guess I'll show the whole piece of fabric. But so I worked on it a little bit there. I am doing the yellow house. And I love it. I think it's amazing. I can't wait to finish this. This to me also is kind of wintry, so I don't mind if I work on it in January. But I think I've gotten a fair amount done. I worked my way down to the house because, of course, I wanted to stitch that. And I wasn't feeling that little snowflake up at the top, but of course I'm going to have to stitch it eventually. But 40 count Tobias by Seraphim, I believe. Let me double check my work. Tobias by Seraphim. Go Michelle. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Then, like I said, Christmas stitching did occur in the summer, in July. And because I was going to this Chatterbox retreat and they were all Christmas in July, that was the theme for that. Well, there you go. So I wanted to start something new, of course. So this is, let me get the pattern right here. This is Plum Street Samplers Christmas Mini Moon. Isn't that cute? And so I started it. This is on 40 Count Bramble by Picture This Plus. It's on this little cut that I got from Reflections Framing and Stitching. And that's how far I've gotten. I'm like really close to being done. And last week, before I got in Quaker stocking, I was texting Lisa. And I was like, you know, I think I'm going to like finish this first and then I'll start something new. And then I had a bad day at work and then the Quaker stocking came in. I was like, boop, new start. So, I'm using all the called for, I'm pretty sure. I think it looks really good on this fabric too. So Bramble. So one day that will join all my other little Christmas finishes. So, oh, just realized I didn't put the little snowflakes in on the roof yet. One day I'm gonna get my life together. That day, just, my friends, is not today. Okay. Oh, this goes in another bag that's not over here. Okay, and then my last whip, hard to believe, is, okay, so Jingle Ball, like I said, logged on Friday at 5 p.m., which was 6 Eastern when the shop opened. And that was my work Christmas party, and my friends were all going to walk over together, and I was like, can you wait 10 minutes for me to go buy some stuff? So, 5:15, we rolled on over to the Christmas party. So, yes, I bought 7 patterns, but it's fine. And I'm probably going to start one of them this week, and I will show that on my next video. Sorry, something distracted me. So anyways, so I just bought stuff. I had all intentions of going to the classes that I had signed up for, but that Friday I had a final, and Saturday I gave 2 finals, and so I was just like done for the rest of the weekend. And even on Sunday, when I didn't have to go anywhere or do anything, I was just nope, didn't do a darn thing. So I hope all those people that did all the things enjoyed it immensely. So my last whip is the Stacy Nash gingerbread house, and I'm using all the called for, so I'm going to show both sides, but they won't show on my board. So I did finish the first half before the class started. I don't know if you can see the white, but this is on 36 Count Speculoos by Roxy Floss. So I love it. I think it looks really good on this fabric. It's for some reason showing up like not brown, but this is on a brown linen. And I was working on this morning, and I'm trying really hard to get it done before the class goes away. So I'll get there. So I finally picked that up, and I mean, I still have like the back stitching on the top of the back side of the book, but with those little kind of weird looking mice, but I'll get there. And I'm just enjoying it, except I messed up on the window, but you'll never know that, except I just told you. And I'm having a really good time, even though it's on 36. I tried to find a 40 in my stash, and I just couldn't find one that would work, so whatever. So my friends, I think that's all that I'm going to share today. I've been yakking for at least an hour, I'm sure. I have lots of quilting. Maybe I'll do another video over that, because I have like 7 Christmas quilts. I have a lot of quilted items in my home that I've made over the years, and my mom has made me and things. So maybe I'll do a separate video with that. I really just wanted to get on and talk about cross stitch, and because that's where I'm living my life right now. Some plans, I guess. I'm going to my mom's house, like I said, and we are going to stitch the freebie from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'll put a picture of it here. It's called Cookies and Cocoa something. Super cute. So we're gonna stitch that, I think, together and try to finish it at her house. Then she also wanted me to buy her the Up on the Housetop by Teresa Kogut. I'll put a picture of that here from the Jingle Ball. So I think we're gonna try to at least start that together this week. And so that's kind of in the near future. I really would like to finish the Christmas one and the Christmas mini moon, but I'm very distracted by the Quaker stocking. So, who knows? And Lisa asked me if I was going to do a whip parade. I don't know, since like 3 Flosstubes ago I did a whip parade. I don't know if I'm going to really do one. But I guess if you want to see my whips that you haven't seen from 3 videos ago, let me know. But I don't know, like I said. And other plans, I did the New Year's Eve 12 by 12 last year. Since I have my book, let's see what I stitched on. But I didn't do 1 piece for 12 hours. I think I did 3 pieces for 4 hours. That is exactly what I did. So I worked on Winter Moon. I worked on Go Tell It on the Mountain. And I worked on the Santa's Night Tree. That's what this is called. Look at that. Made it to the end of the video and I figure out what that's called. So those are the 3 things that I worked on. And so I think I'm going to do that again. I think that I would like to work on 3 things that I haven't worked on this year. Like, I was thinking about, let me just go to the whips here. Thanks for being there with me for those page turns. Like, I haven't worked on, what was I thinking of? The Quilted Witch. I really should work on that. When I pulled it out for October, I don't know, I was distracted by 50 other things. Oh, I did stitch Pop of Winter this year. That was in January, by the way. So the Quilted Witch, I think I might pull that out. So I kind of have to like give myself something I really should work on, something I need, and something I want to work on. So I'll probably work on that Winter Moon again. I'm almost done with that. That was in my whip parade if you want to go see my progress on that, because I really want to get that done. I was going to try to get it done before Christmas, and then the super Christmas stuff like really distracted me. And so I told myself I could put that off to the new year because it's Christmas but also winter. So if I don't pull that out right after Christmas and try to get it done, then I think that will be it. So something I should work on, Quilted Witch, something I really want to finish, which is Winter Moon, and then something else. I'm planning on restarting Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. I don't really love my colors. They're nice, but they're too rustic, I think, for me. And I started on this linen that I don't really like. So anyways, we're gonna rectify that. Oh, I do have the Katie Strachan Wonderful Life Pin Keep Drum conversion, and I really wanted to start that this year. That might be in my future. Okay, Michelle, focus. Okay, the other thing that I really should work on is my 2023 temperature cross stitch, y'all, because I just need to get that out of my life and done. And so that might be the other thing that I work on. But who knows? I could work on Quaker stocking for 12 hours and, just delete all other plans that I am making right in this moment. Oh, I had wanted to work on Memories of the Past. I think that was my other thing. So, delete the temperature cross stitch here, y'all. And, yeah, so who knows? Who knows? But I will be doing 12 by 12, like I said, probably 3 projects for 4 hours each. And I don't do it all at once. I think last year I started at 8 a.m. and I just took some breaks in the middle. I don't know if I stayed up until midnight. Probably not. But, you know, YOLO. Who knows what could happen this year? Maybe I'll give some stats or something in my next video. YOLO. Oh, I need to write some of this stuff down on my notes. Anyways, so that's the end of this video. I hope you leave some comments and enter the giveaways. Thank you so much to everyone who's ever watched a video, even 5 seconds, as I really never thought anyone except my mother would watch these videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Happy stitching!